What is up? A little bit of a cold open. I wanted to show up a little bit earlier so I could do some of this here inking. Kevin, what's up, dude? We look at that. It's the sort of weekly widescreen mouse. I know I'm keeping the little TV screen for some intros and for, I guess, the pre-show. Let me bring this up a little bit closer. I wanted to, I did want to get here a little bit earlier, and I got stuck getting everything going. I don't know why Chrome takes so long to load on my computer. It didn't used to take, it used to just come on. For some reason, it's taken a little while to load up. I just have to reinstall it. But yeah, a little bit of coming in early so that way I can do some inking. Tonight's inking adventure. This is actually a Nira X pose for Courtney. Courtney actually won this one. And I've got another piece that I'm inking tonight that is Christopher Bouchard's piece. So he's got a poison ivy that he won. So I've got a buildup of some artwork to get caught up on, which is good. It'll keep me busy. There we go. Just want to make sure I get these lines in here. The early mouse. I know. I'm getting back into my groove. There was a couple of shows, and I'm still finishing the inks on Nira X Dark Seas #3. So it was kind of eating into the schedule a little bit. I know, came in early. Yes. Yeah, this is Courtney's Nira X piece. Yep. For sure. And we got 10 more minutes, so I'm gonna put some lines down on her piece here. And then I'll show you what Christopher Bouchard's poison ivy is looking like. Next week we're going to have a pretty good update, and September is going to be awesome as far as catching up, because there's a few things that are now off my desk, including this book, which thankfully Kat is actually, she's scheduled to do all the coloring on that Nira X issue, so that actually frees up commission time. So I'm excited about that. So I might keep the little TV screen thing. That'll differentiate the pre-show from the regular part of the show. Get this delta up in here. Make sure Nira's happy. Ken, what's up, dude? It certainly is. Good evening to you, good sir. Yes. Courtney, what's up? Courtney says, hi. Thanks for the heads up, Kev. Yeah, for sure. Gotta work on these pieces. It's time to catch up now to start doing some of these inks. Get this artwork nice and set up. Very cool. Yeah, Kevin says, hi there, everyone. All you pervs. Grins. Oh, thank you, Courtney. Super happy that you like. Always love drawing, Nero. Always love drawing. Kevin says, oh, wait, I am here too. The Crown says you're a number one perv, Kev. Just so you guys know, I'm going to win Powerball tonight, so get that drawing hand ready, Bill. Yes. All right, we're going to do a lot of catching up. This week is going to be big. This week is going to be big, y'all. Yeah, we have enough artwork now, too. I think the next 2 issues of Club Corrupt are going to have lots and lots of artwork to publish. That'll be awesome. Got to start collecting these up in our books, man. It's going to be awesome. Kevin says, look forward to seeing some other fun stuff. The Crown is not amused. Let me see here. It's, 9:55 almost? Okay. Do a little bit more on Courtney's piece here, and then I'll give you a little update. I was working on Christopher Bouchard's artwork. And if he shows up during the show later on, I'll have to remember to break it out so that way he can see. Let's see, Kevin says, let's see, just got bombarded with messages saying that you are live. I would hope that you are live. If not, you make for a very realistic dead man. I know this is my digital decoy self. This is the artificial Bill channel. I'm glad that the notifications are going out, because they usually take a lot longer to go out than I like. Because I remember, I see it on my own Facebook page. How much later the notification actually goes out. Like you missed the whole show. Now I have to remind people on who join us from the Facebook page. I have to remind them to come over to our YouTube channel, so that way the chat is more synced up correctly. There we go. Hope everybody else's week has been going good. Our good pal Chet is in the Philippines right now. Everybody's got to say hello to him. He's a world traveler right now. Yeah, Nira's got some good personality. She's got a nice smile on her face. Digging it. Kevin says, "This is your LMD." It is. Is my Tony Stark life model decoy. See, I've gotten your notification days later. I know, it's so stupid, right? Unbelievable. Totally not useful at all. Let's see, it's been hot and wet. But then I guess I shouldn't complain. Chet is surely sweating his ass off. Yeah, it might be pretty warm over there. Not sure what the weather is like. Almost time to get this show on the road, as it were. All right, let me set this here for a moment. It's almost 10 o'clock. Yeah, let me show off. I was working on the poison ivy piece too. Once I get the nearest hair, I'd love that we're going to get all those shapes. That's going to be awesome. So I'm going to set this here for now because that's Courtney's piece. This is how poison ivy is coming out here. This is from a few weeks ago, I believe. Time does get away from me a little bit. So always grateful that you guys are patient with me, with my schedule and all that good stuff. Let's see, Ken says, hey, Chet, enjoy that Pacific Rim Texas Roadhouse bread. Yeah, I saw that picture, dude. I saw that picture. I did not expect to see a picture of a Texas Roadhouse. My boys out there in Manila. I mean, why wouldn't they have one, right? But I thought that was cool. That was a cool surprise picture. Kevin says, Nira is a naughty girl. Let's see, I dare detect a little extra jewelry. Did Malka talk her into that? Yeah, there is a little extra jewelry. Let me put the piece back up here. There's a little bit of extra jewelry that she is modestly keeping behind her shirts, sort of. Hey, what's up, dude? Unhinged. I love that, dude. Swinging by to say hola. Got a thing in a couple of minutes. Oh, got you, man. Well, I'm glad you came by to say hi, dude. Yeah, we're just about to start. I was just kind of like doing some inking before we got the show going. And then we'll be sketching away. Hopefully we get to catch up soon, dude. Kevin says, I'll be back shortly. Gotta eat. All good, dude. All good. I'm going to grab some blank paper here. And let me see here. Say it isn't so. I know, right? But yeah, it's 10 o'clock. So let me change up the scenery around here, and we'll get the evening started. All right, here we go, guys. All right, we're back for another Saturday. Hope everybody's doing good. Anybody just joining us? This is Bill Mouse, otherwise known as Bill Mouse Art. And every Saturday we like to get together in the chat and come up with some ideas for what I might draw. Come up with some things. See where the art takes us. And then we do this until midnight. Then at midnight, we auction off whatever that sketch is to our chat so that one lucky winner can win the piece of art. I think tonight what we're going to do, sometimes we do some different things. Tonight, I'm hoping we can get the 2 pieces tonight. I think that would be cool. One piece we'll do the way that we normally do, which is we'll draw it in a rough pencil like this. And then afterwards, I will ink it and complete it. Kind of like these 2 here. Of course, these aren't finished yet, but you get the idea. And I think the second piece, we're going to try and maybe concentrate on a single character and do something like in a red color pencil like this, like a red color pencil drawing. And then that'll be as is. So we'll see what we got going on. But you know what? This is it's really just an excuse for us to hang out on Saturdays and chill out for a little while. So let's see who is in the chat. Let me scroll back up to make sure I didn't some person. What's up, my friend? I felt a presence I haven't felt since Thursday. Hello to you, my friend. Glad you're hanging out with us, dude. That's awesome. Very cool. Kevin says, tonight's sketch, Nira trying out for Playboy or the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. All right, we've got our first idea of the evening. We're starting to paint a picture. Oh, thanks, Courtney. I appreciate that. Yeah, I gotta come up with something fresh. You know what? Even YouTube actually hit me for the music on that one too, and that I just played it on the keyboard. Like, I didn't think they were gonna pick up. I mean, obviously I'm copying some music, but I didn't think they'd pick up on it. I didn't play it really that similar. But anyways, thanks for the compliment. I like putting those together. Some person says maybe something Lord of the Rings. Maybe. Starting to get some options. This is good. A couple of options is good. Let's see, I'm going to throw my phone over here just in case I need some reference. Courtney says, how about Cyber Angels on vacation? Maybe a tropical island on the beach or poolside. I like the vacation idea. I do like them chilling out. Ken says she's already got an OnlyFans, non-canonically. Ken says, hot, sweaty Cyber Angels in the tropics? Yes, please. All right, you got a couple of votes for Cyber Angels possibly on the beach chilling out. We've got 1 vote for maybe something Lord of the Rings-ish. Of course, we could probably fit in something Lord of the Rings into a piece like that, right? Ken says last days of summer, of Labor Day. That's true too. You're pushing me in that direction. Kevin says Cyber Angels working on content for their fans. Some person says Wizard Angels, and you know who could be Golem. I don't know. Is Scribe going to make it into every piece? Is that what's going to happen? Or I could be Golem. But I like the idea of fitting some wizards. I definitely like the idea of the girls hanging out at the beach. This is a good thing. Let's see, like this or like this. Maybe this way because they're lying down. Maybe getting some sun. That could be a thing. I sort of want to draw. I sort of want to draw like a wizard in the background. All right, well let's start somewhere, and we're gonna see where we go. Maybe Gandalf is applying some suntan lotion to the Cyber Angels. All right, you started to paint a picture in my head. I've got. I think what I've got here is possibly Mira and or Mercy getting some suntan lotion put on her back by Gandalf. It might be Nira. I think I started going in that direction already. And I think maybe she's holding the one ring, like she's looking at it. This might be fun. This might be fun. This could be a good thing. We're mixing some elements that don't go together. This is good. We could get a whole new flavor. All right, let's get a little surprised look on her face first. Well, we'll start with this. Start with a little facial expression while we think about what else could be happening in this scene. As soon as I get her face in here, I'll jump back over to the chat and see where everyone's going. All right, let me see here. Gotta have her hair draping over a little bit. All right, almost there. All right, just putting down real quick where her arm might end up here. There we go. I figure she's lying on her belly. All right, so we got this sort of action happening here. We'll see we put Gandalf over here, see what he's doing. All right, let me see where I'm at here. I see Kevin says Wizards of the West Coast. Yes, this is good. Courtney says clearly two have to apply each other's suntan lotion. I like where that thought's headed. Ken says maybe have the Citadel off in the background. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Some person says surf ninjas in white. Oh, I said surf ninjas. I'm reading too fast because I'm trying to get back to the drawing. Okay, so some person says surf wizards as ninjas. Kevin says wizards making magical bikinis. I like that because that is the only answer for how those things stay on. Though shall not pass with clothes on. You shall not pass. Courtney says Khaleesi should be applying the lotion. Oh, that's a pretty good idea. Plus, we have the idea too. We've been kind of on a dragon kick lately with some of our ideas between Courtney and the drawing board, as it were. This is good. Some person says Duncan Riley could be in it instead. He's got the wizard look. Kevin says, Nira, are you sure this reality is safe? I get a sense that we're being stared at. It's fine, Mercy. if it gets too hot. I talked to a dragon into giving us some shade. Don't ask. Tuber Harley, what's up? Glad you're hanging out with us. Coming up with some crazy ideas here. All right, let me get back over to the board. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna get Nira holding the ring here, and then we'll start putting in the other elements. There we go. Yeah, if she's holding the ring, a golem or a golem substitute would definitely have to be in here somewhere. All right, let me get her angle here real quick. By the way, everybody's suggestion last week about the little TV background, the little backdrop. Yeah, you're right. It took up too much space on the screen. That's very much for sure. So yeah, doing it like this is much better. That way we can see more of the artwork. For crying out loud, that's what we're here for. All right, we get some cool bikini bottoms on her here real quick. When I see a girl in like just lying on her stomach, the first thing, this might date me a little bit because I don't know how many people watch this show from back in the day, but it's like there was the theme song for Magnum PI always had that one scene where he's holding the girl, like teaching her how to swim, and I want to draw Magnum right here. All right, let's make sure that the proportions are what I want them to be. There we go. Here I didn't skip leg day this time. Okay, just leave it like that for now. I might move her leg a little bit in a minute. Okay, we'll figure out what to do with her hand. With her other hand. All right, I'll be jumping into the chat just a moment. Let's get a couple of these lines here where they're supposed to go. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, I got to scroll back up a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's see. Courtney says Khaleesi's dragon on a raft in the ocean. That's a possibility. It's a possibility. It's funny. I look up at the screen and I see little things that I want to change. All right, so if I have Gandalf here, let me see where a dragon would be able to fit. I think we can make that work. Have our little beach towel there. All right, so Gandalf is here. Still got plenty of room for a dragon over here. All right, let me just kind of like just mark a couple little spots. We'll put that I'll put that dragon in a floaty. I will do it. All right, so I got my little markings for it right here. So I know we're gonna let me catch up with the chat a little bit, and we'll get right back into it with the fire cocktail. Yes. Some person says Mercy as a hobbit. What the hell? That might happen. I find that curiously funny. Kevin says Nira still hasn't found a beach as nice as those around La Jolla, but she keeps trying. I know the ones around La Jolla are her favorite ones. See, Ken says, and of course, we know what brand suntan oil they're using. Of course we do. We do have a branding arrangement. Kevin says, Mercy wearing a ring? Now, why do I see her with nipple rings? Christy Hand, what's up, dude? Saying hello to everybody. Awesome. Glad you're hanging out with us, dude. Kevin says, the sun only touches girls. Brand lotion. With extra ingredients to make a girl tingle. Kevin sees proportions. Bigger is better. Kevin says, why do I get the copper tone vibes? Yeah, I know that's kind of, my brain must have been in that little section. Vida Alte, hey my friend. Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. That's awesome. Very, very cool. Some person saying hello. Awesome. Wonderful. Great to see your classic iconic style again. Oh, thanks so much, dude. I appreciate that. Creatura tribute page. Oh, that's cool. I have to check that out. I have to check out your page, man. Kevin says a dragon. It is a Dragon Con after all. All right, so we got the idea of possibly having the dragon over here. All right, we're gonna make this work. Courtney says we're gonna make this work. We're gonna get a dragon with a flaming cocktail on a floaty. I'll just rough in where, obviously when I go in to ink this, it'll be a different level of detail. It's going to be on a huge floaty. Holy shit. There we go. Just get the general details of his size here, his little armor and all that good stuff. see, do I want this? Do I want this? I actually do want this. Okay. This is going to be about a chillin' dragon here. Get some little scales on them. Get some little things on them. All right, a lot of gestures in here because we're trying to get through the form. But I will tighten all of this up when I ink it, which is going to be insane. This dude. He is about a lounging dude. All right, we got him here. There's got to be a weight limit on this floaty. Got to have his wings back there. His wings just don't disappear. All right, as soon as I get this wing on here, I'll jump back into the chat to catch up with you guys. Draw some flames coming off of this flaming cocktail. Hopefully, you have never seen a dragon quite in this pose, chilling with a freaking cocktail. All right, I'm going to leave him there for right now. We'll see what's going on with that. All right, let me scroll back up and see where you guys are right now. Let's see. Some person saying, Smaug, looking for some treasures to add to the hoard. Yes. It looks like he's staring at near his ass right now. Like, Kevin says, I dare think it should be a Sean Connery style dragon from Dragonheart. Oh, I remember that. I remember that dragon. Some person says, Khaleesi's dragon. Where is that from? It's from Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. Khaleesi. The breaker of chains. The fire retardant. That should have been one of her titles. Ken says, or Singe from Dragon's Lair. Right? Yeah. I love Dragon's Lair, dude. Christopher Bouchard. Hey, my friend. You know, at the pre-show, I was talking about you during the pre-show. I showed Courtney the piece that she got a couple of weeks ago because we started inking it, and I was showing everybody your piece. Look, this is your piece right here. This is the Poison Ivy that you got a few weeks ago. In the middle of inking it, I was inking it. I tried to show up a little bit early. I really want to show up like about a half hour early, and ink some pieces that are already in the queue. So yeah, so I wanted you to see that. I wanted you to see that we're working on that. I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight, man. Some person saying hello. Awesome. Courtney says, oh my God, I love the chillin', love the chillin' dragon. Sweet. Kevin says, I still hear Sean Connery over Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, yeah. Sean Connery's voice on a dragon is like the second you said it, like half of the movie popped into my head. I remember that movie. Some person says maybe put a wizard's hat on her and a staff on the side. I like that idea. That is a good idea. I kind of like that idea better than the idea of having like Gandalf back here rubbing oil on her back. Just I like the theme. I like to theme her out, you know. All right, wizard's hat it is. And plus, it gives her a reason. Well, not necessarily, but I mean, in my mind, it gives her a reason to be holding the ring. You know what I mean? Like she's got some responsibilities on this spring break of hers. Good idea, dude. I love it. Drop shadow in here. Plus, I don't think I've ever drawn Mira in a wizard's hat. I don't have a recollection off the top of my head of doing that. So, this is fun. Good idea. It's kind of neat too that that Nira X has white hair. Like she would make visually like a cool looking wizard. Got me thinking all kinds of things, man. You're bringing a lot of things into the brain. Beautiful. Beautimus. I don't know though, the staff just lying on its side. Or like stuck in the sand, like nah, if I have it stuck in the sand. I mean I could have it stuck in the sand. Here, so let me draw the rest of her hand here so I'm not wondering. Oh, there we go. Totally drawing in private over here. There we go. There we can see where her other hand is at. You kind of got me drawing more like wizard elements around her just because of just putting the hat on it. Just changed everything about the image. I love it. Good idea, dude. Maybe a little scroll with some spells or something over here. Let me imply where her other leg is over here. There we go. All right, let me take a minute to think about where we might be putting the staff. I'll catch up a little bit with the chat while we're thinking about that. Ah, yes, Courtney was saying that it was from Game of Thrones. That's right. Very cool, very cool. Kevin says, let's see. In the other hand, a cell phone to get selfies and snap some candid shots. Ken says, candid shots? Where's Alan Funt? Kevin says, it's not a drag with that beastie around. Ken says the dragon is enjoying a flaming mo. Yes, indeed. Kevin says Pete's dragon. I kind of miss Pete's dragon. I have to find an excuse to draw him later. Kevin says not a flaming Homer. Some person says the bikini could have magical symbols. The bikini could have. It's a very small space, but we could possibly fit something in here. All right, I gave myself some ideas. Honestly, I just drew Lucky Charms on her bikini. But they will remind me of magical symbols. And for all I know, it might just stay Lucky Charms. Very cool. Saying hello. That's good. Kevin says fall is coming quick for Poison Ivy's outfit. Yes, it is. Christopher says Poison Ivy artwork looks awesome, buddy. Can't wait to get it soon. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'm super happy you like it. She's been a blast to draw. She's so awesome. Courtney says, should she have elven ears? It's actually not a bad idea. I love that. If we're going to theme her out a bit, let's theme her out. And she still has her little trademark earring, but it's just like longer. That makes it really fun. I really like that. There might have to be an elven version of Nero running around her universe. That really appeals to me. Some person says there could be a mostly drunk potion of booze. A mostly drunk potion of booze. Yes. Actually, I like that idea a lot. Oh, it's stuck in the sand. I'll stick it in the sand over here. There we go. Little drinking, little sunning. It's a good day at the beach, man. Kevin says someone is throwing a little shade on Nero. There could be some shade, but she's there to get some sun, man. We'll see. Some person says that's an impressive hat. You know your wizards well. Thank you, good sir. Paul, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're hanging out with us tonight, dude. Paul says, "Oh man, what perverted action did I miss?" Well, luckily we're on piece number 1, so we're good. We're still we're only in the first half hour here. So we've got an elven Nira X. She's holding the ring of power. She's basically a wizard at this point, but a partially drunk wizard with some spells. And we got this chillin' Khaleesi dragon back here shooting down a fireball. So we're working on that. So far, so good. I'm still thinking about where to put the staff. I might stick the staff like sticking up out of the ground, or it could be just lying next to her on the thing, which would be cool. It'll be cool by me. I was thinking it had the staff, but the staff would like be so tall it'd stick up, or like something hanging off of it. Maybe her bikini top is hanging off of the top of the thing. Maybe something like that. Some person says, hello, cool. Courtney says, I want that hat for the pool. Hell yeah. Some person says, if the staff doesn't work, maybe a wand. Oh, a wand would definitely fit in here just right. You know, I can actually have the wand in her hand. That's not to say that she couldn't have a wand and a staff, but the wand we can definitely fit. She's kind of like twiddling it in her hand a little bit. That'll be cool. I like that. I like that idea. Cool, cool. Kevin says the super original tonic and gin brand alcohol is making the girls feel so relaxed. Hitachi magic wand. Some person says wizards bring magic to a drawing. They do. They do. I love the theme. I love it. Some person says there could be jewelry with mystic symbols. Okay, if we think of, help me think of some jewelry that would be iconic. So I got to fix this just a little bit. There we go. Oh, you know what? Maybe she's got some more little scrolls tucked into her bikini here. More spells for later. Maurice, what's up, dude? Super glad you're hanging out with us tonight. That's awesome. Kevin says, Alan Funt, you are dating yourself. Ken says, hey, Chris. Awesome, awesome. Some person saying hello to Maurice. Awesome. Kevin says, that bikini might even get smaller before you get to draw the symbols on it. I know, it might. It very well might. Some person says the staff could be floating around with a mind of its own. That is absolutely true. Didn't even think about that. That's actually a great idea. Let's see, her hair is covering up this side of the page. Let me sort of just rough in a little bit of the horizon line here, just in case. There we go. Just in case we have some other elements here. Maybe the staff ran off with her bikini top. The staff is naughty. Naughty staff. I love the idea. That's way better than what I was thinking of. I was just gonna like have it in, like just stuck in the sand, or just lying on the ground, or just something like that. I think it floating around and actually stealing your bikini top. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. That made me a lot happier. Let's see, Maurice says, I could almost that character from my fantasy novel manuscript. Oh, no. We're going to have Elven Nira X running around our universe now. It's like, thanks to this draw stream, we got plans for this girl now. I think she's a different Nira from a more magical realm. Kevin says, at Courtney, let's see, for my sister's housewarming, I got her a giant rubber ducky for her pool. It's 18 inches long by a foot high and wide. For a second, I thought it was 18 feet long. I was going to be seriously impressed. That's pretty dope, though. That's cool. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Some person says the staff with something hanging off it could be like a sun umbrella. Oh, I went the naughty route. I stole her bikini top. The spirit of scribe is inside the staff. Kevin says, everyone that saw it floating in the pool laughed. That'd be amazing. Dude, you got to send a picture of that. That'd be awesome. This oversized rubber ducky. Let's see. Ken says, a pentagram choker. Ooh. It's a possibility. I like that. Very good. That was a good idea. Very cool. Let's see. I heard the phone ding. Let's see what we got. That is dope. Oh my God, it's way bigger than I thought it was. Hey Ken, Kevin, can I show these? Can I show these on the stream? I mean, I'm just gonna hold my phone to the thing. Here, let me catch up with the rest of the chat real quick, so I can get and then I'll see what you said. That'll give you a few minutes to answer. See if it's okay. Let's see. Kevin says, "Wow, anyone else seeing the stream and sloop? Oh, super low resolution. That's not good. Let me double check my settings before I start seeing anything on myself. Okay, I'm still broadcasting at 1080. I am going to make sure that we're all set up. Okay, if for some reason we go offline or whatever, like I'll hop back on. But okay, hopefully everything's okay now. I was going off of my Wi-Fi and I turned the Wi-Fi back off. So now, because I got everything hardwired, I got the Cat5 cable going right into the modem. So hopefully this is a little bit better for you guys. Hopefully it's better for you, Kevin. I don't know if the broadcast strength was on my end or on your end, but I've got my end going as fast as it's set up to go. Let's see. Some person says the image went fuzzy. Oh, okay. So it probably was on my end. We got two people. All right. Well, I switched over to the hard line, so I'm not on Wi-Fi anymore. So hopefully that'll be fine. So let me know if it looks better, guys, or let me know that there's at least no problems. That'll be cool. Thanks for letting me know. That's good. That's good. Courtney says symbol tattoo. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna keep that in mind. Let me think of something for a tattoo. That would be good. That would be good. Kevin says it's good. It's not me seeing that too. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not your bandwidth. Let's see, the staff running off. Isn't that like the dish running off with the spoon? Some person says necklace, ankle bracelet, something hanging off the hat, butt bracelet. Sure, why not? I like the idea of the ankle bracelet. I'm gonna rough in something real quick. There we go. And I have just a shape. It could be like a cyber skin orb. At least that's like something that's themed more to her. And then that way we have like at least one little trinket hanging off of her hat. So that way she's, that she's practicing a little bit more magic here and there. Some person says some symbols, pentagrams, moon, stars. Yeah, think Lucky Charms cereal. That's exactly it. You know what? That's what I'm going to do for this little area right here, for her arm. That is a good idea, my friend. I like it a lot. There we go. Nice. Cool ideas. Cool ideas. I love it. Oh, cool. I can share them. All right. So everybody, this is the rubber ducky. Hopefully it shows up okay on on the thing. There you go. There's the rubber ducky that Kevin was talking about. And this is how big it is sitting in the pool. That's awesome. I love it. Look how big that thing is. That's perfect, dude. That's such a good gift. I love it. All right, Kevin, you're saying it's still fuzzy. Well, hopefully it catches up a little bit. I know my machine has been running a little slow. Oh, you know what? I do have a thing on here saying like the let's see, connection is let me change my camera settings to see if that helps a little bit. Instead of going full definition, let me go down to 720. Because now it tells me the connection is a little bit better. It's a lower res, but maybe trying to pump out the 1080 was too much for me today. Yeah, I totally think it was the speed. I totally think it was my bandwidth or whatever. Because even the fact that I'm hardwired into the modem, my connection might not be good, or my machine might be running slow. I might have to reboot the whole thing. I mean, I'm not going to do it unless I really have to before the show ends out. But Cardi says tramp stamp. Yes. Oh, you know what? The classic tramp stamp that Nira always has. Well, I mean, she doesn't have it she usually has this tattoo on her back, which is just another triangle. It's like the kind of like the delta she has on her face, but it's just a triangle. So I'm gonna put the triangle, the Cyber Angel triangle, on her back. So he's got a little bit of a tramp stamp going on. Nice. YouTube's magic censorship. Kevin says it just sharpened up. Hurrah! All right, excellent. Yeah, I think it's like right now it's telling me my connection is unstable again. Blah 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 blah. Running on Wi-Fi. Okay, but I did lower the resolution, so hopefully it won't be as bad. I like the idea of the belly chain, but I like it better like if I'm really drawing her from the front. Some person says image is good now. Awesome. Thanks, dude. Nira is magically delicious. Some person says, do you write it? Do I ride the staff? Kevin says, let's see. I wonder what those symbols say. If you can read this, we could be more than friends. Some person says maybe lots of rings stacked up, not all neatly stacked. Oh, like a bunch of rings. Oh, on her fingers. I see what you're saying. Kevin says it got better before you had to change this. It got better before I changed the settings. Oh, okay. The rubber duck. Oh, dude. Okay. Dude. Let's mark the occasion. One rubber ducky in the background. It belongs to the dragon. And let's see, we'll have some other tattoos on Mira's other arm to kind of like match up a little bit, right? Give her a little style with those spells. Kevin says I'm too big to ride that ducky. Oh, riding the ducky, duh. I should have read that and understood exactly what you said, some person. My brain is also on low Wi-Fi. Let's see, Kevin says, oh my, it's in the art. The rubber ducky is here. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that up. I like that. It's in the art. All right, I like the idea of maybe setting this off, like to kind of frame it up Little magical moon action. One of my things I like to do. Oh, dude, I like this the way that it is. I do have to have some branded TSOTG suntan lotion, though. Gotta have it. And maybe a little something to go with the booze. We can have little incense sticks. Burn some of that dragon's blood. Wow. Yeah, I like the way this came together. This is good, guys. A lot of really cool ideas. Ken says, can we get the Citadel, bro. Almost left it out. I had to leave it for last because it's in the background. Almost forgot all about it. Gotta have the Citadel back there. Gotta have the Citadel. The cliffs of the beach next to the Cyber Angel Citadel. Beautiful, dude. Thanks for reminding me. Oh my god, I can't believe I almost forgot. Emerging from the ocean. Nice. Almost left it out. Can't believe that. All right, let me catch up with you guys for a few minutes. Let me see here. Kevin says, "Hey, who id tucking money? Oh, who is tucking money? Thank you. Who's tucking money in near his waistband? Malka? You know what? I was intending that to be a little scroll with some spells, but it totally looks like money. Of course it does. It's in my DNA." It's all good. I decoded it. Some person says, she's so into that ring, she hasn't noticed her top missing, like at all. Kevin says, a Citadel on cloud 9. Ken says, a little tiny passed out in front of the bottle of booze. That's actually a pretty good idea. I like this idea. I like this idea. Oh, where am I? Here we go. I have to let me zoom in since we're drawing a little tiny. Make sure the camera doesn't. There we go. There we go. It just bounces back up. All right, camera. All right, little camera. Little empty cup. Now, Mercy probably doesn't hold her booze too good, so she's passed out. There we go. Mercy was partying. Ken says, or potion. Kevin says, those incense sticks aren't for smoking, you silly little tiny. Ken says, if it's the Citadel, you could have a small silhouette of flying cyber angels. Oh, that's actually a pretty cool idea. I like that idea. All right, let's come back over here. That's actually a good idea. I like the idea of them, like some people like actually like always overhead, kind of watching over things, a little patrol. Very cool, very cool. I like that idea. Okay, let me put that there so you can see that. Let's see, Kevin says, Superman may want to have a chat with you over the look of the Citadel. Yeah, I know, right? I know, but it's not crystal, so it's fine. Some person says it's down to the wire, 2 minutes until 11. I know, this is it. And it's already 11 now. By the time I read your comment, it's already 11. So that's the hour. That's the hour for this one. I think, if we had a lot more to go, we'd keep on going. But I think this one is pretty good. Kevin says, why do those Cyber Angel silhouettes look a bit bare? Oh, they're bare. Ken says the Citadel takes many forms. In the form of Pam Anderson. Some person says drunk on shrinking potion. Agreed. Kevin says the body shrinks but the clothes don't. Magic. Kevin says I will buy that for a $1 bid. All right, very, very cool. Well, we're going to set this aside and we're going to do something a little different with our second piece. I'm just going to put this one over here. There we go. That way I'll sign that right there like that. So, okay, so this is our first piece. We'll set it off to one side. At midnight, we will bring it back. And I think what I'd like to do is break out some red color pencils and basically do a red sketch, kind of like these guys right here. So this one, the first one is with the intention, of course, of inking it. And so you got a pencil and inked piece. This one is going to be a red rendered pencil, and it's going to be as is, as just the way that it comes out. We'll probably concentrate on more of a single character for this one, so we could put a little bit more detail and make it look a little bit more finished, like during the confines of the time that we have on the show. Because obviously, I'll take like a week or a few weeks to ink the other pieces that are just in rough pencil. Some person says, Mercy, Nira, where are you? I see a huge mountain in the distance that looks like a butt. Kevin says, we have a rock formation out here. It looks just like a butt. Ken says, I'll pay a shiny gold Tolkien. Tolkien! You get extra points for that one. You get extra points for that one. All right, so let's see if we've got some ideas for our second piece of the evening. It's going to be a red color pencil sketch. Let me clean up this paper a little bit. There we go. This is good. He's good. Let's see. Kevin says red chicks. Let's see. Red Widow, Red She-Hulk. All right. Red Son. You know what? Red Sonja has been on my mind lately. You know that the movie just came out. And also, I just signed up for a sketch card set. Now, I can't say who it's for or what the character is, but if Red Sonja was the topic of this drawing, it would be on theme. So, possibly Red Sonja. Kevin says, oh, Darth Talon, possibly. Ken says Scarlet from G.I. Joe. Christopher says, how about heavy metal? Yeah, we could. Was it Tarna? Tarna from Heavy Metal, right? Kevin says, Red Sonja having to deal with her costume rusting. You know, let me look up a reference for Tarna real quick. I haven't drawn Tarna in a few minutes. Hey, why is it not giving it to me? Give me what I want, Google. There you go. Can't believe Google's holding out on me. There we go. I'll just take a couple little quick reference pictures. What do you guys think about a Tarna? Christopher says yes for Tarna. Let's see. Kevin says, I tell you, I spend more time in the buff as I buff out my costume. Ken says, you can have Red Sonja with a wardrobe malfunction and Scribe in the corner with a can opener. Oh my God. Ken is agreeing Tarna sounds good. Yeah, I think I'm leaning towards Tarna tonight. Kevin says, all you have to do, Bill, is look at what you drew for Ken Zazer. That's true. He got the coolest one. He got Tarna. He got Nira X as Tarna. Some person is agreeing. That's cool too. Yep. All right, let's get started with Tarna. You know, I didn't even realize the fact that that Tarna also has white hair like Nira. Here we go. Let me put this up here. There we go. That way it's not my way. Nice. Yeah, let's see what we could do with Tarna in red pencil. I'll get her facial expression and stuff first, and then we'll see what she's going to be doing. She may just be in a cool standing pose. It was pretty cool. I haven't drawn her in a bit. In fact, I don't think I've drawn Tarna since the one that Ken actually did get. There we go. Let me see here real quick. I hear my phone dinging again. It's dinging live. Yeah, yep. Thanks for sending that, dude. That way I can show it off. Here you go. This is the Tarna. If you could see it on the phone, okay. I know the resolution's kind of weird. So this was Nira X as Tarna. Yeah, that was Ken's piece. It's so cool, dude. That was so fun. Good reference. Okay, here we go. Do, 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 do. Get the coolest stuff, dude. And this will be cool. This is going to be a much tighter finished piece. Once I get her, at least get her expression in here, I'll jump back into the chat and see where you guys are. I don't want to fall too far behind. All right, let me see where you guys are real quick. I don't want to get too far behind. Let's see here. Oh, I'm doing good. All right, cool. Let's see. Some person says play some cheap trick when drawing her. I know, right? I wish I could. Stupid copyright stuff. I think it's forced me to play generic stuff. Let's see. Kevin says when Red Sonja met Tarna. Ken says, good idea. I know, right? Let's see. Some person says, I'd suggest smoking a joint too, but I don't think Bill's into weed. I could do some drips. I could do some weed drips. Give me some weed gummies. Might relax me too much. I'll be over here. Who knows what I'll be drawing? I'll just be like lying down on the table. I'm snacky. Bill just does. Crack. In some ways, you're right. flying off in another direction here. Some person says, let's see, I know what would happen. He dropped nothing but butts. Ken says, and his paper would have Dorito dust on it. It's so bad. Some person says, at the end of the day, he'll be talking to a cutout of Nira, which may or may not already be happening. Let's see, what happens if you make a mistake with that red pencil? Can it be erased? No, it cannot. I mean, I could erase it eventually. It's very, very difficult to erase color pencil. So that is one of the things about drawing in the color pencil, is that once you have a shape down, that's what you have to work with. So if you want to change the direction of anything, or you're gonna have to go through some effort. So every time a pencil line goes down, that's where it lives. That is where it goes. Speaking of pencil, I gotta sharpen this one. There we go. So what I do is, you'll see some of the sketchy lines underneath the drawing. So I'll put in very light sketchy lines, little construction lines underneath. So you'll see a little bit of a gesture. That's actually something that I like about these this type of drawing, because you can, when you look really close at it, you can see the little sketch underneath. And I come back in and darken things up a bit, keep on tightening it up until I finally get what I'm looking for. If I had to compare it to something, I'd compare it more to like chiseling or sculpting. Like I'm trying to reveal the drawing that I've got in my head, that I've got in my brain. I just keep on chiseling away at it until it finally comes out. I'm thinking her costume is going to have some customary battle damage. She does like to fight, this one does. Tarna. I wish I could do Copic markers and stuff on top of color pencil, but it's too waxy. Doesn't play well with other media, which is kind of a pain in the butt. I think every media has like its good points and its pain in the ass points. Getting closer. Ken says, that's impressive, drawing without a net. Yeah, I know, it's like a trapeze artist. I got no net. And if I fall, everybody knows. It'll be no secret. Some person says it's a wax base, I think. Yeah, I believe so too. Yeah, it's like this wax base. Yeah, you can't, it doesn't absorb into anything. There are some different techniques that I use with other types of art. Like if I'm coloring normally, like, or just I mean, it's like it normally it's normal to me. If I color the way I normally do, which is with like Copic markers, and I can use color pencil on top of Copic marker, but I can't use Copic markers on top of pencils. There's always going to be a little bit of a thing. Which is a pain in the butt if you're just doing something, you're experimenting. You have to know what general direction you're headed in before you head off. There we go. I got to get that little shading on her just right so that it looks roundish. Kind of gives that little highlight that you're looking for. Like, it doesn't look right unless you do that. You got to do the things and the stuffs. Let's see. Almost got these little guys shaded up here. And I'll catch up with the chat here real quick. Make sure we're doing okay. Gotta treat these girls nice, man. They'll come and get you. All right, let me sharpen this up a little bit. See where you guys are at. Had some really good ideas tonight. Some person says, but the pigments for red dye are pretty strong. Yeah. Red kind of overpowers, I think, just about every other color except for like maybe black. I think blue is pretty competitive too, but red is a very overpowering pigment. Let's see. Some person says, I was listening to another artist talk about how there used to be a paper called CS10 that it was perfect for inking on. I might have to look that up. I don't know that I've heard of that, but I'm willing to learn the secrets. CS10. I have to look that up. I'll do some little some pleasant research tonight and see what it says. So Kevin says, I think that costume may need fishnet. And why not is what I say. This is our version of Tarna. So I think we can include some fishnet in here somewheres. In fact, start redesigning her costume right here, right now. Take care of this bottom first. Throw in some little sci-fi touches here. Before we throw in some fishnets. Just wanted to make sure I built up that line so it wasn't sketchy. She has armor on this arm, so maybe we'll give her a little different spin on the armor. Have her holding her blade too. She'll be holding her blade like behind her back. We'll make her stylish. All right, so we got a placement for her arm. This is gonna be like Tarna 3000. Let me just take care of this little armor bit on her arm. I'll go back to the chat and see what you guys think. Give her a real techie arm. Cool. Let me leave her like that for a second. We're doing really good on time. Awesome, awesome. Oh, it's no longer made. That sucks. All right, then I will not look up CS10. The formula for the perfect paper. All right, let me catch up with the rest of the chat real quick. Let's see. Some person says maybe a storm in the background with several planets. Oh, like a Frazetta style background. Yeah, I like that idea. I like that idea. Have some planets in the background, some little something happening. Yep. And let's see. Do I have my? Ooh, yes. Maybe I can use this bad boy. Let's throw a planet or two back here. I like that idea. That is a very good idea. I love Frazetta, and I love that sci-fi aesthetic. The style is unmatched, but I will add planets and some kind of storm. We'll try and add a storm. I still got I got white paint, or I've got white out, so we will definitely be able to add some kind of lightning back here. That would be awesome. All right, just add some little texture and a little bit of lighting to this planet here, so we can. This one's real potholes, so it's more like a moon than a planet, but we'll give it something. We'll give this planet a different texture. Let me add just a little bit more to this guy. There we go. There we go. That way it's got a little bit more something going on. I use all these technical terms when I draw. I always love drawing like alien worlds and stuff. Just you can just be so organic with it, and there's just so many different ways to draw it. It's just lean into your imagination. You guys have been making it very easy for me to just lean into the imagination. Cool ideas. There we go. All right, let me add a little bit more on her armor. We'll bounce back and forth a little bit. A little bit on her arm, a little bit more on the background, a little bit more on her arm, a little bit more on her butt. All right, let's get the sword in here. Yes. Very good, very good. All right. Get this up here. Those planets need some attention. Or I should say the background behind the planets. I think that's the planets are actually good. Oh, look at that. I'm drawing off the side of the screen. There we go. Now you can see what I'm doing. How long have I been doing that? Let's see what I got over here. Oops. There we go. Almost lost my reference. All right, let me catch up with the chat for a second. Let me see. I'll put her sideways. That way you can actually see her. I still got to add the fishnets. I didn't forget. I had to get those planets in there so I wouldn't forget to add the rest of the space in the background. Some person says it feels different drawing in color than pencil. It's like another part of the brain is being used. I totally agree, dude. Yeah, I totally agree. You're definitely exercising some different muscles in your brain. And it reacts differently too. I mean, it's like totally different feel, right? Ken says, since she has battle damage. Kevin says, Frisk CS10 A2 paper, 258 British pounds for 20 pages. Holy crap. All right, well, I won't be experimenting with the paper they don't make anymore anyway, so. Let's see, Kevin says, Tarna has great hit points. All the damage is cosmetic. We're doing good. We still got 20 minutes. We'll be doing our little thing at the end of the show. We're like pretty promptly at the midnight. Doing very well tonight. Christopher Bouchard says, looking fantastic. Thanks, dude. Super happy that you like the piece. Some person says that paper can stand having ink scraped off in case of mistakes. It's like some super paper, huh? For that much money, it better be. My goodness. Kevin says, anyone ever noticed that the costume is mostly stuck on? I think she may have gotten it from Nira. Or is this Nira in another life? You know, with the white hair, I am suspicious. Some person says, I think they all shot from the Painted On clothing store. I think I totally agree with that. Ken says, good job on her facial expression. Her look is smoldering. Oh, thank you. I wanted her to have the smolder. Ken says, Tarna as Mega Man. Yeah, I'm adding some crazy armor to her, that's for sure. Paul says, pencil sharpener sounds like a hamster getting electrocuted. No, that's actually what I'm doing the whole time. I've never sharpened the pencil online. I'm always electrocuting hamsters. But it's for art, so it's okay. I forgot I was going to draw the bottom part of this part of her costume. I wanted it to look like it got ripped off from her bikini bottom. There we go. Now we're talking. Here we go. Let's put this up here. There we go. Now we can see what we're doing. All right, good. Looking good. Here, we'll give her, since we're making comparisons with Nira, I will give her a Nira homage by giving her the trademark Nira X gloves. I'll even make them cut-off gloves so they look cool. Nice. I always like putting that little triangle thing on top of her glove. All right, she got her big space gloves. Got to make sure her hair comes down, but we also got all this this little bit of space back here. So we want to imply some outer space going on. And we'll throw in some. I'll get some white out or some white paint, and we'll make sure there's some stars and all of this space here. And I'll make it look cool. I didn't forget about the fishnets. Just want to we can make sure we get a little bit of this space background in here first. There we go, almost there. Like it's more than just filling in the space. You gotta make it look cool. Cool. All right, let's see. Her hair is kind of long, so it's got to continue down over here somewhere. There we go. That way you can see better. All right, so far so good. So far so good. I gotta sharpen it. I gotta electrocute one more gerbil. There we go. Get that guy good and hard. He's dead now. Kevin says, planets or heavenly orbs? I know. It's the pencil sharp, and the pencil sharpener is like, it's still, even if I had it underneath the table, I think it'd still be loud. Let's see. Kevin says, I see a Death Star in the background there. Kevin says, bounce back and forth. Bouncing is good. That's Mega Ma'am. Ken Zazer. Oh my god. All right, let me make sure I got her hair over here before I forget. She'll get mad at me if I forget how long her hair is. All right, you're mentioning fishnets. Now, I was going to put the fishnets all the way up to the bikini bottom. So, if you want the fishnets to be thigh highs up to here, or all the way up to here, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, man. And everybody else too. Tell me what you think. We'll take a little vote on it. I'm going to give her an armband while we think about it. She needs to have a little techie armband. You know what? I could add those stars and some highlights in the background while we're deciding about the fishnets. Let's see. Ken says Tarna had boots, so I think thigh high is better. I can go with that. That's good. Kevin says it's a community decision. Community decision. I would go with lower being better. So like thigh high is like up to here. Yeah. I think I like that too. That's basically 2 votes for thigh highs right now. The thigh highs may have it. I'll give it until I finish shading in this hair. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put in some stars. Some stars! And a couple little highlights. Ooh, I need a little drop shadow right here. It looks cool. I like it. Make sure this pen is working. There we go. Now we're good. Gotta have some stars up here in the star field. My all-purpose star maker. Now, if anybody does happen to be watching from our Facebook channel, first of all, we're happy that you're here. The chat is not really synced up to the Facebook channel as well as it is to our YouTube channel. If you were to come over to our live YouTube chat, especially if you're going to bid on any of the artwork, it's going to be synced up a lot better for you. And plus, it would actually help us out a lot too if you watch the show from the YouTube channel. I think that would be awesome. Yeah, because you could leave a like and you could subscribe and do all the things. You do all the things. All right, thigh highs have it. All right. I get quiet when I'm drawing fishnets, only because I'm concentrating on the hatching. Sweet, dude. We did great. This is good. You guys had some awesome ideas tonight. Let me see. I think I want to put the signature right here. Make this official. And this evening's Hypertarna is complete. I hope you guys like it. All right, let me pull the camera back a little bit. It'd be a little easier to see the whole piece here. Nice. I look up at the screen and I'm just like, oh, a little extra shading here, a little extra thing here. Yeah, I gave her an exclamation mark tattoo. It's all the rave in the future. I'm telling you. All right, let me catch up with the chat, guys, and then we'll see where we go for here. It's like Kevin is correct. The thighs have it. Some person is sharing some very important links. Thank you so much, some person. That's actually super important. Thank you so much for doing that always. We got my website. We've got our secret Patreon page where we are posting a lot of our things on the secret Patreon page. And I'm also on X. Thank you so much for sharing that. And also Cat Mouse Art. She has her YouTube channel going on right now. And she has her Instagram. She started doing random Instagram lives. So we'll see what kind of schedule she maintains with that, because those are actually pretty fun. It's fun to watch her work and fun to watch her draw. And this is her website here. You can see all of her links, all of her socials. Paul says, I wouldn't be surprised if this piece goes for a record number. We shall see, my friend. We shall see, because it is that time of night. It's almost the stroke of midnight. So we've got two pieces tonight. We've got the Hypertarna, Tarna from our future, and we've got Elven Wizard Nira X with Chillin' Ass Dragon. Love it. All right, so I'm going to set this right here like this, so that way you can see the whole piece. You know what? I'll hold it up closer to the camera because it's where you see some of the little details and whatever. Oh, I got a lovely shadow right on there. There we go. So we got Khaleesi's dragon back there chilling. The staff stealing her top. All right, and so this is what we're gonna do. It's almost midnight, so we'll start it right at midnight. It'll go to 12:05. We'll do these one at a time, so that way I don't get confused. And we can write down the winner on the back of each of these pieces. So let me turn on the thingy. The only real rule that we have when it comes to the art auctions is just when you put in a number, just type in the word bid next to your number, so that way we know that it's a real bid. Other than that, I think we're pretty much good to go. Almost midnight, almost time to start. See, Paul says she looks oddly cute in this pic. Cool. Kevin says, where's Platinum? We want it to go for lots and lots of money. I've got the pop out chat for the countdown when we get to the countdown. Kevin says I got my bid in already. $1 for Kevin. All right, Kevin, I'm going to write you down for $1. Thank you, my friend. All right, we're starting now. It's midnight. It's officially midnight. So we'll start the bidding. It'll go to 12:05, and then we will do a 10-second countdown in the chat, in the live chat, the YouTube live chat. So if you happen to be bidding for one of the Facebook channels, highly recommend please come over to the YouTube live chat, because there is a delay with the Facebook chat. It's always weird. Paul says the most important rule must be a 69 bid. That is always the most important rule. Hey, Paul, is that your bid? Because you put in 69 and you put the word bid next to it. You gotta let me know. Let me sharpen up the old. I killed 2 more gerbils. Chris Dehan in the room with 73. You're awesome, dude. Chris is starting it off right. Look at that. I broke my lid. I was so excited. Chris Dehan in the room with 73. Thanks so much, dude. Kevin says, okay, 369 bit. Chris Dehan says, no, 73. I'm going to surprise you with a brand new number, my friend. Tell you a thing or two. Yeah, I can't wait to ink this piece. This is going to be dope. This is going to be super dope. I think we've just about decided that we're going to have an Elven version of Nira floating around the Nira X universe thanks to this piece. You got me thinking about it too much. It's like this is too fun. This is too fun. Kevin, out of respect, I am going to write down that you bid 369. Even though Chris has outbid you. Courtney in the room with 78. You're awesome. Thank you. Courtney says, weak sauce. I'll get you with 78. Chris Dehan back in the room with 83. Thanks, bro. May she cast a spell upon you. Paul in the room with 84. Thanks, dude. Paul knows what's up. He knows what's up. He knows what's going on. Got a little less than 3 minutes left to go. Chris Dehan back in the room with 85. Thanks, dude. Exercising his powers. Little less than 2 minutes left in the room. You guys had so many good ideas for this one. I love it. I was waiting for the clock to change. I think we got a minute left. I think we have a 1 minute. We're at the 1 minute counter. Yeah, you guys make Saturdays so fun, dude. Always appreciate being able to hang out with you guys. Let's see. Kevin says, is it me? Is it eat me or drink me that makes Dorothy shrink? Ken says, nah, 90. That's what we're going for right now. Thanks, bro. Chris Dehan back in the room with 93. Thanks, dude. Less than 1 minute left to go. the magic of Nira X. Less than a minute. Starting to run out. All right. It is 12:05, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to jump into the actual pop-out chat, the actual live chat, so that way the countdown does not get big delays in it. Nira and her triple X. All right, starting the countdown, everybody. Here we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, marking a 000 to mark it as sold, and all right, we are sold. Let me scroll up to make sure I didn't miss anybody in the regular chat here. And I think we are good. Chris Dean, please everybody congratulate Chris. I believe he has the high bid at 93. Yep, just double checking to make sure that that is the case. Thanks so much, dude. Everybody, please congratulate Chris. I'm going to write your name on the back of this one, my friend. I'm going to set this down over here. Keep it safe. You're awesome, dude. Paul says, congrats. Awesome. Ken is saying, congrats. Christy Han saying, thank you very much. Christopher Bouchard saying, congrats. Awesome. Very, very cool. Let me see. I'm going to turn her slightly. I'm going to turn her at a 45-degree angle so you can see the whole picture. Kevin says, don't forget the extra service charge of $20, Bitters Premium. We'll start the next cycle for this piece for Tarna. We're going to start her off in just a minute at 12:10 so that we can end that at 12:05. Night Phoenix, what's up, dude? Wow is a good compliment. I will take that. That is awesome. I'm glad you're hanging out with us, dude. We'll end this one at 12:15. We can actually start now. It's a little early to start now. Usually it takes a little bit longer for us to get through the cycle. But we'll have Tarna here. This angle? This angle. There we go. I think we can just go ahead and start it at 8. I hate doing math. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So at 12:13, we will end the auction on this piece. So Tarna is up for bid now. Let me cross this out, put this in. All right, here we go. All right. Kevin, Night Phoenix, I saw you were live. I'm half asleep. I'm glad you caught us, dude. I mean, it's towards the end of the show, but even if you only hang out for a little while, it's cool, man. It's cool. Kevin in the room with $1. Thank you, Kevin. Christopher Bouchard says bid 150. You're awesome, brother. I'll write that down. He says, I'm serious about this, man. I'm going to throw around some of my weight. Paul came in with 45. Thank you, Paul. Chris has got you beat at the moment. But we shall go from there, my friends. Kevin says, I didn't even get into 369. Some person says, Bill gave me the math jobs. Gave the math jobs a cat. I did. You know me too well, my friend. Kevin says, wow, worth every penny. Awesome. Christy Han says, whoa. Ken Zazer says, I still have to do it. 69 bid. You know what? Out of respect, I am going to write it down on my little tally sheet. Ken 69. I'm going to do it. But Christopher Bouchard is the heavyweight in the room right now with 150. Thank you, Chris. Christopher knows what's up. Kevin says, well, hell, I can safely get in a 69 bid. See, you can't even do that because Ken beat you to it. Kevin says, hey, you beat me to the 69 with Tarna. Lucky fella. All right, it's 12:10 right now. That means we've got 3 minutes left. Christopher Bouchard in the room with 150 right now. This piece came out really good. You guys had like freaking cool ideas. Very inspiring. You got the right juice. You got the right stuff. Got less than 2 minutes left. Ends at 12:13, and then we're going to do a 10-second countdown. Hell yeah. Cool. All right, got a little less than a minute left. I love doing these color pencil sketches. I love doing these. They got a distinct look to them that I really like. Kevin says, can you blame me? Talking to Christopher. All right, time is almost up. Christopher says, nope. All right, it is almost time. I'm jumping over to the live chat so we can do the 10-second countdown. And it is time, my friends. All right, let's start the countdown right now with 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, marking this 000 to mark it as sold. And we are sold. Let me scroll up real quick, make sure that nothing else happened while I was doing that part. And I think we're good. Please, everybody, congratulate Christopher Bouchard. He is the lucky winner of this piece right here. Awesome. I got your name on the back of that one, my friend. This one is all yours. Congratulations, my friend. That was awesome. Kevin Green says she's all yours. Paul says congrats. Awesome. Chris Dehan says congratulations. Kevin Green, yours, dumb fingers. Ken Zazer says congrats. Awesome. Courtney says amazing drawing skills. Thank you so much, Courtney. Awesome. Very, very cool. That was amazing. That was a good time. I'll put both pieces up here just so you can kind of see what we were working on for tonight. Paul says, no, Chris, versus Chris, but each Chris won. This was an amazing night. You guys are awesome. All right, I'll turn that off right there. Now, for anybody watching for the first time, or anybody who happens to be watching the show later when it's not live, just so you know how things happen during our show. Every Saturday, we like to get together at around 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we do a live sketch session where we throw around some ideas in the chat, and we see what we come up with. We see what sticks, we see what doesn't stick, and then at the end of the show, right around midnight, we auction the piece of art that we've done together to one lucky winner. This time we had two pieces, so we had two lucky winners, which is awesome. And it's very simple the way it works from there. Basically, you're sending a PayPal to my Gmail address, which is this right here, billmossart@gmail.com. And then you just include your mailing address in the notes section, or you can email me directly, however you want to do that. And that's basically it. When I do pencil pieces like this, these are done with the intention of inking them after the show. So that way you get a complete piece. When we do pieces like this is as is. This is the way that it came out. Like if we do a painting or we do a pencil sketch like this kind right here, that's exactly how the art comes out. And that is actually the finished piece. So that's the crazy quick explanation for people that aren't regulars here at the show. This is all stuff that I know you guys watching right now all know about all that good stuff. So I like to put it out there so that way anybody who's thinking about jumping in and bidding or throwing in some ideas, we welcome you to do it. We're building a really, really cool group of people here, good friends. I think almost everybody here knows everybody here thanks to the internet, right? So cool. Let's see. Paul says, "Oh yes, the Chris's won. The double Chris win," says some person. Very, very cool. Paul says it's amazing how both picks are 100% build yet totally different in their own way. Thanks, Paul. Yeah. Thank you for noticing that. That's it. Very different media or different tools really brings out a totally different feel and a different exercises a different part of the brain. It's like, so I'm really glad that everybody likes it. I love hanging out with you guys, and this is like a good excuse to hang out on a Saturday night, do something fun, right? So I'm glad this works out as a win-win for everybody. Kevin says art brings out the breast and dill. Thank you, Christopher. Yeah, I'll check right now. I see the little notification on the phone, so you're good to go, my friend. Thank you so much. And I see that you got your address in the notes section. That's perfect. Thank you so much, dude. Yeah, that's gonna be all packaged up for you. Thank you so much. You're awesome, dude. Kevin says Chris won. Why am I not surprised? Paul says anyone who is watching that is not a regular is probably a regular now after these two pieces. Paul, you're awesome, dude. Thanks, man. Christopher says, and of course, not safe for work. Excellent. Let's see, put this right here. Okay. I'll be able to put, look, now this type of drawing is hard to erase, so I'll have to add in the not safe for work elements right on top. But it's going to look cool. I think that you'll like it. It'll be cool. Very, very cool, everybody. Yeah, that's another thing about the rendered pencil sketches. It's like it really kind of like it directs me in a way because you can't really erase any of the pencil lines. So it's like there's a certain challenge to it, which is a lot of fun. Kevin says we love it when things get a bit more damaged. Yeah, we're gonna damage this outfit of hers. We're gonna damage her costume a bit more, so that way we make this piece a little bit more fun. Yes. Well, guys, I think I'm gonna cut out for the evening. Gonna go have a snack, relax for a little bit. This is a lot of fun. I hope everybody enjoyed tonight. Maybe you'll click like on the video. Maybe we'll drag some more friends and get some more people to join us. always a lot of fun. I hope everybody enjoys your Sunday and all that good stuff. And other than that, I think it's time for me to head on out. I hope everybody has a good night. We'll see each other again soon. I believe that we're here again next Saturday. I'll post if anything comes up that will prevent that, but I'm pretty sure we're here. So we'll see you guys then. I hope you guys have a good night and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Seattle.